We told you so. Episode 24. Remember how Donald Trump said that he was threatening to go after his political opponents? And how I and other people said he needed to be held accountable for his crimes, otherwise he was just going to make them disappear. And he was going to try prosecuting the people who came after him legally. Once again, so many people thought that that was just made up, it's not going to happen. People in Trump's orbit are now saying that those in the DOJ who investigated Trump should be fired immediately, as they prepare for Trump loyalist Pam Bondi to take control of the AG position. This is going to be like Bill Barr on steroids, because Donald Trump now claims to have immunity from all official acts. So once Donald Trump takes office and makes all of his federal crimes disappear, everything he does after that point is going to be endlessly defended into the ground by his attorney general. He's going to get rid of all of his federal charges, and as far as his 34 felony count state charges, the conviction still stands, but the judge has delayed the sentencing until at least 2029. After years of Trump and his followers claiming that Joe Biden was weaponizing the DOJ to come after him when Biden had nothing to do with these indictments, Trump's now going to do exactly what he's accusing Joe Biden of doing, and he really doesn't give a shit about the hypocrisy. Yet, ironically, it's totally fine that Trump and his transition team refused to sign critical documents, agreeing to things like a peaceful transition of power. And not signing these documents by the required deadline is a felony, which means upon taking office, Trump could be impeached again. In conjunction with this, Trump is already skipping FBI background checks for multiple of his cabinet picks. And that's because most of those cabinet picks have backgrounds similar to him as career criminals, sexual assaulters, and rapists. Meanwhile, as I mentioned in a previous video, Trump has now officially lost his popular vote majority. Remember, in 2020, Donald Trump lost by 7 million votes, which was about 5% of the popular vote. This time around, the media is claiming that Donald Trump has had a blowout mandate victory, but his margin is even smaller. He won by 2.5 million votes, and he only got like 1.8% more of the popular vote overall. And his total popular vote is now below 50%. This was not an overwhelming win for Donald Trump. He barely squeaked this one out, which is why he and the Republicans are filing tons of lawsuits to stop any recounts. Meanwhile, as polls continued to show before the election that black women were overwhelmingly going to vote Democrat, they did. They were the one people who seemed to understand the assignment. White women totally fucked themselves over. And now, as a result, like we said, the black community is now distancing themselves. They feel completely betrayed, especially by minority groups like Latinos for Trump, that now black women are kind of sick of saving our asses. And I really don't blame them, because they have been fighting for so long, putting in blood, sweat, and tears, and constantly trying to vote for change, and America keeps letting them down. This quote puts it perfectly from the Los Angeles-based founder of the advocacy social media agency Get Social. She said, "It's like the people have spoken and this is what America looks like. And there's not too much more fighting that you're going to be able to do without losing your own sanity." The black women are sick of carrying this fight by themselves, because they actually realized what was at stake and what they were going to lose in this election. Whereas women for Trump, Latinos for Trump, they had no fucking clue how badly they were shooting themselves in the foot. And lastly, Bill Maher can fuck all the way off. He urged Americans to not let politics fuck up the holidays, and you shouldn't cut people off for Trump's win. I say, fuck that. I have already told every single member of my extended family that if they voted for Trump, I never want to talk to them again. And I told them that if they have a problem with that, just call me in a year so I can say I told you so. Which appears to be the recurring theme here. We can have differences of opinion in this country. That is what politics is all about. What we can't do is break bread with people who want to take away our rights, and people who openly threatened with unaliving us or committing a civil war every other Tuesday. We can't sit at a table civilly and have dinner with people who literally are supporting neo-Yazis and authoritarians. So when racist Uncle Mark is complaining about illegals in the middle of dinner, just fling your fucking mashed potatoes right at his damn face. Hopefully you'll ruin his red hat. This has been We Told You So.